Now from now on, I'm going to run the crash utility. So in order to run the crash utility, you can use this command like this. So using the shell script, then I can launch the crash utility program because this shell script is specifying the location of the crash utility program. So every time we run crash utility, and you are going to see that this kind of message when the crash utility is loading the VM core with the VM Linux. Okay, so this is the first screen when we start executing crash utility for the first time. So every time you run crash utility, you can observe this kind of message. This message is telling us about the system information of the Linux machine. So this signature indicate that our version of board of this Linux is the Raspberry Pi, and this is Linux kernel version, and this is information of the memory information, and then this signature is a message when the kernel crash occurs. And then this is the PID information. Then this is the name of the process at the moment of the crash. And then this signature is the address of the process at the moment of the crash. So every time you look into the crash dump using crash utility, so I think that one of the most important thing is to review the fundamental information of the system. So what is the first way to use the crash utility when you look into the crash dump VM core for the first time? The first step is to review the kernel log in more detail. So which command should we use to review the kernel log? So we can use this command to view the kernel log using crash utility. The command is log m. Let me copy this command and let me paste it using crash utility. So you can see the kernel log. Yeah, this is a typical kernel log when the Raspberry Pi is starting the boot. So all of the log information in the kernel log buffer is indicating the typical kernel log when the Raspberry Pi is starting to boot. And this information is the kernel command line information. The kernel command line is used as a way to configure Linux kernel from the bootloader, and the kernel command line can be configured using device tree. So I think that it is important to review the kernel command line when you look into the kernel log for the first time. Then you can see a lot of the log message in the kernel log, and this information is very typical kernel log. Yeah. Then every time the Raspberry Pi is start booting, and you can see this kind of message. And then so I think that it is important to thoroughly review the kernel log at the moment of the crash, and sometimes important signature when the kernel crash occurs is printed in the kernel log. So I think that we had better review the kernel log before kernel crash occurred. Okay, so at this point, yeah, something wrong in the system. So this is a typical signature when Raspberry Pi is crashed. Please take a look at this signature. So this signature indicates the call stack at the moment of the crash. So let me copy this call stack. Let me paste it. Yeah. So most important thing when you leave the kernel log for the first time is to review the call stack thoroughly. The call trace. So I can call the call trace and call stack. It has the same meaning. So from now on, let me interpret this call stack. So function call is made from this API to this direction. Yeah. So from this call stack, I can deduce that system call is invoked from the user space. The right system call is the trigger from user space because this API is system call handler regarding the right system call. Right after right system call is triggered from the user space, and then this function call is made. And then, so if you take a look at this call stack, and you can deduce that, oh, this is the API inside the virtual file system. VFS write is called whenever the user space tries to access the file system. So virtual file system is very important because to access the file system, all of the function process should get into the virtual file system layer before it is executing the specific file system. Okay, so at this point, you can see the important signature. At this point, panic API is called this function. So I think that now is the time to review the kernel log to see why kernel panic API is called inside this function. So it is the typical step to crash, perform the debugging of the kernel crash. So let me just copy this signature. Then let me go back to the crash utility screen. Anyway, so this is the typical 6 steps when we observe the kernel panic for the first time. So from this video, I just introduced the fundamental command to use the crash utility, that is logm. This command. Using this command, you can see the kernel log. I guess most important steps to review the kernel log at the moment of the crash is to look into the kernel log thoroughly by using logm command.